Alright, so welcome back everybody. Today is yet another mowing day for me. I mow about 7 hours a week in order to keep up with our property here. It's just, well, part of owning a larger tract of land. However, once we get our cows in the pasture, my mowing will go down dramatically, but I'll always have a really big yard to mow. So I've been doing so much mowing recently, it's time to sharpen blades yet again. We just covered this in another episode whenever I showed my new, well, I won't say automatic blade sharpener, but, well, one with a motor and no more hand sharpening. Now, I also mentioned in that video that the 60 grit paper that come on the grinding disc, I felt was a bit light to hog off a lot of, worn down mower blade metal. If you've already got a relatively sharp blade, the 60 grit's fine. It actually does a really good job of polishing up everything. But I have ordered in some 40 grit and I bought this disc right here. Holy smokes, is this thing heavy duty. So I've got 40 grit paper we're gonna try, and I've got 24 grit right here. Insane. So what I'm trying to accomplish here is a little bit quicker sharpening of my mower blades, especially heavily worn mower blades like we're gonna be sharpening today. The tougher the grit, the less fine polishing and all that you'll get, but it should speed the process up on these heavily worn blades. And I'm trying to see if this very affordable Vevor lawnmower blade sharpener here can really up its game, especially compared to the model that it's kind of, well, copying, I guess, so to speak, which is the RGB model that's on Amazon and has excellent reviews. But holy smokes, it just jumped up again in price. $600 for a lawnmower blade sharpener. That is very hard for a homeowner to justify. I'm sure if I were doing commercial mowing and sharpening blades every day, that would be absolutely worth it. So let's see if we can improve the ability of this unit to sharpen, speed up my sharpening, and that's the ultimate goal here, and save some money on mower blades. All right, so I'm gonna peel these 60 grits off, put the 40 on, and 40 may give me all I'm looking for, but my gut says we're gonna wind up going over here to the 24. All right, so here goes nothing. Take one of these blades. They're heavily worn. You can see they're missing. You got a big chunk and groove taken out of them right there. They've already been sharpened once before. They're rounded over, and I can tell my mower's starting to pull down as a result. Once these blades round over, you'll feel the drag, you'll hear the engine having to rev up more, and you'll see the grass ripping more than cutting. So let's try this out. 40 grit. All right, so after several passes, we're getting there, but we're nowhere near there. You can see up here where it's taken almost to the edge here and here, but this heavily worn out section right here, that's what you have to work so hard once blades wear in. And that's where an angle grinder does a good job. All right, now we got the 24 grit on. I'm most excited about this test right here. And the other thing I forgot to mention, if you wear out one side of this blade or this disc, you just flip it around, take everything off, flip it around, and you got a brand new side. You only use both sides realistically, like if you're doing axe or something. Most people aren't gonna walk around the machine and try to flip the mower blade and all around. All right, so that's working a heck of a lot quicker, but it's kind of leaving a rough finish like I expected. Let's take a quick look at the disc, finish sharpening this up. So definitely leaves a rougher finish, there's no doubt about that. I need to make another pass or two, it looks like, but I've had a sharp edge. I mean, it's peeling my gloves off. Let's see if I can get all that fuzz off. I've had a sharp edge almost immediately up and down the blade. You see it leaves a rough finish. That's what 24 grit, very aggressive, is gonna do. It's already hogged the metal out of that section, which is what you gotta work so hard quickly. And it's done put me an edge on here. I don't know if that rough finish is gonna matter. As soon as we hit the first little sand patch out there, it's gonna polish it right up. So I've got this one tiny little section to work, but there is no doubt that is way quicker than the 40 or 60 grit. All right, we just had us one special delivery, y'all. All right, so a lot of our everyday viewers are gonna be interested to, well, get a sneak peek at this and know that another major project is now underway. My goodness, I go from one big project to another, don't I? So what you just seen dropped off here is all the lumber for us to start our deck. Well, actually, this is not all of it, but this will get my skeleton done, and we've got our decking. We still have to, believe it or not, drive to 2 states tomorrow to get my railings because, well, you just can't find stuff anywhere anymore, it seems like. We've been dealing with this for a couple of years, supply chain issues. And then we still have some more materials to order in order to close the deck itself up. But this will for sure get us started. And I'll go ahead and give y'all a little sneak peek at our decking here. It's my first time looking at it as well. So we went with a local company to order all this in. I had them just drop everything off in the shade over here. I figured this is the smartest place for everything to sit for the next couple of days because pressure treated lumber is horrible about warping if you leave it out in the sun. So we'll talk about this in the upcoming episode. But we decided to go ahead and fork out the money as much as it hurt and go with a good quality composite decking. And we're going to be doing ones with hidden fasteners. So we'll talk about that in the first deck episode, why we went with what we did, because there's a lot of important reasons with that, warranties and all this other stuff. But I guess in this episode, since we record all over the place stuff, it's 50 to 60% chance of rain every day. All this stuff doesn't need to sit out here. You need to get this concrete picked up with a tractor. By the way, that's, ooh, I don't know, 1,400 pounds worth of concrete right there. And my goodness, look at all these fasteners. Don't want this sitting all out here either. That is all of my hidden fasteners with a wasp protecting. Don't you sting me. Wasn't expecting 3 buckets full. Woo! I'm gonna have my work cut out for me with fasteners, it sure looks like. What a heck of a long day it's been. Tiffany's over in the pool with the music going. I think I'm about to join her. Had some other stuff I was gonna do, but I am burning up and it's getting late. I'm getting in that pool. So now that we've got all that stuff stacked up, I gotta go make all these trips to the 2 different states to get these railings in. And that means we start now on the deck build. That also means we're gonna have limited content coming out for the next few weeks while I'm working on that. Anytime I start a big project, that eats up my time and I can't do little projects and get, well, quick content out. So bear with me, stuff is happening behind the scenes. We'll have some cool stuff coming out here before long. On that note, we're just gonna say adios. Thanks for watching.